Yo, what's up, boys and girls? What's up, YouTube audience? Your boy Dread is back. I'm gonna give you guys my WWE Raw recap from last night and my WWE Royal Rumble prediction coming up this Sunday. And before I go any further in this video, I want to just address this because every time I make a wrestling video, people always hit me with these three questions. People still watch wrestling? Aren't you a little bit too old to be watching wrestling? Or you do know wrestling is scripted, don't you? Now, for the first question, I would like, aren't you like people say people still watch wrestling? WWE Monday Night Raw has been one of the highest rated shows of the past 20 years. Now, while they've been kind of decreasing in the ratings, recently, they've been doing pretty damn good, or at least good enough to be on the air for 20 years. And aren't you a little bit too old to be watching wrestling? And I'm also get this question from females, but aren't you a little bit too old to be watching Real Housewives of Atlanta? Aren't you a little bit too old to be watching Love and Hip Hop? Yeah, exactly. And wrestling was intended for, it was originally intended, professional wrestling in general was like not intended for child audiences. It was originally intended for people in their late teens, early 20s and up. But over the past 5 or 10 years, it's kind of been watered down to where kids in their early teens, 12 and under is, watching it more now. And as far as wrestling being scripted, I mean, I'm a 20-year wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan for 20 years, and, I know this. I mean, people who've been watching wrestling know this for a while. But wrestling being scripted, your favorite sitcoms have a script. Animated television has a script. Movies have a script. 90% of the things you watch on television have a script. Hell, even the news has a script. The news anchors have a script that they got to follow. So people who say wrestling is scripted and who actually know better, shit, 90% of the things we watch on television are scripted. So what makes wrestling any different? As far as Monday Night Raw last night, normally I don't even watch Raw live. I'll catch it on the internet or just TiVo or something. But this is actually a very good episode of Raw, and it's very good for them to lead up to the Royal Rumble this Sunday because, it was kind of like that 20-year anniversary episode of Raw where all the old school guys came back. We got to see DX, we got to see the Click, we got to see the NWO back, we got to see the New Age Outlaws back, and the New Age Outlaws facing that new tag team group called the Ascension. And we'll see about. I think the Ascension might end up winning because they need to push this Sunday. But yeah, it's good to see all the old guys back. It's good to see Sting back in the ring. This is his first Monday Night Raw appearance ever because he's only been made one pay-per-view appearance. We'll just see how that goes. And we all kind of knew that John Cena was going to beat Seth Rollins or he's going to win that triple threat match. Because come on, I mean we all need Ryback and Dolph Ziggler and Aaron Rowan in the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble needs competitors, so they're going to come back. I mean, come on. No, normally I give Raw like a 5 out of 10, 4.5, 5 out of 10, but this one deserves an 8 out of 10 to me. But anyway, what do you guys think for the people who saw it last night? Now, as far as the Royal Rumble, I'm going to try to clear as much as I can in just these few minutes. But let's see, you got Rusev, the U.S. champ, versus Ryback for the U.S. Championship. Now, who's gonna have more momentum going in this match? You're gonna have. I think Rusev's pretty much gonna win this match. He's gonna hold that U.S. title for a long, long time. I mean, until he's ready to drop it and try to go for a major title. And the Royal Rumble could very well be a stepping on for him, but we'll see about that. Now, like I said, the Ascension versus the New Age Outlaws. The Ascension is gonna win because they need that new tag team push. And then you got Dolph Ziggler versus Bob News Barrett for the United States title. And I believe that just to go into momentum with Royal Rumble, I think that Ziggler might end up getting that title back. Now for the WWE World Heavyweight title match between Seth Rollins, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar. He was a beast last night, by the way. This is coming like for the first time. I kind of can't really call this match. I mean, because it's so many different scenarios. I mean, like at first I said it depends on who wins the Royal Rumble. But yeah, shout out to my friend Jeffrey Ham. He said it depends on who wins the Royal Rumble. He says if Brock wins the title, Reigns is gonna win the Rumble, and if Seth wins or John Cena wins, then it's probably gonna be Daniel Bryan who wins the Royal Rumble. But I say that there is no way that John Cena is going to walk out of there with the win. I think he may win the initial match, as in he might pin Brock Lesnar for the championship, then Seth Rollins will end up cashing in for the title and win that way. That's just what I think. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and just give Cena winning the match, Seth Rollins winning the title. Now, as far as the Royal Rumble, I think they said there's only maybe like 20 something confirmed contestants, and then there's like 9 surprise contestants or people who we don't know are coming back yet. We got, of course, Randy Orton's coming back from whatever he's doing. You got Sheamus coming back from injury. And, there's inclusions that Chris Jericho may make an entry in the Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumble is Chris Jericho's premier pay-per-view. I've always said that the Royal Rumble is Jericho's pay-per-view. And there's also some inclusions of Diamond Dallas Page coming out as a surprise entry. And there's also Diesel, also known as Scott Hall. Also known as Kevin Nash, who's going to make an entry in the Royal Rumble. It's going to be a very interesting thing. But let's see. The person who I think is going to win the Royal Rumble, or who's most likely going to win, I think Daniel Bryan's going to win the Royal Rumble. That's just me. Because he wasn't in it last year. He kind of got screwed out of the opportunity, so why not have him win? The person who I think is going to get the most eliminations is going to be a toss-up between Rusev and Roman Reigns. I think Reigns' record is going to be broken. Reigns' record last year is going to be broken because Kane had the previous record with 11 eliminations. But, yeah, I think one of them, I think either Reigns is going to break his own record or Rusev is going to break it. The Iron Man for the Royal Rumble, as in the person who's going to last the longest in the Rumble. I think Dolph Ziggler is probably going to be one of the first 4 contestants to enter the Royal Rumble. He'll probably enter somewhere between 1 and 4. And I think he's going to end up lasting longest. He's going to probably put on one of the best shows of his career. Now, my sleeper pick. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I believe, my most either Dean Ambrose or Ryback is my sleeper pick. I expect them to have a good showing. Now, who I think is going to have the best spot in the Rumble, I think it's either going to be Kofi Kingston, again, with his high-flying antics, or I think it might be Dolph Ziggler with the spot of the Royal Rumble. But, yeah, I'm predicting the Royal Rumble is going to be a very good show. Predicting, the Royal Rumble was decent last year, but I think this is going to be one of the best Royal Rumbles yet. But I still say, one of my favorite Royal Rumbles of all time was, I think, Royal Rumble 2002. But, yeah, what do you guys think for all my wrestling fans out there? What's your prediction for the Royal Rumble coming up? Who you think is going to be the Royal Rumble MVP, eliminate the most people, or who's going to have the stand-up performance? And what do you think of last night's episode of Raw and all the returns? Anyway, I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.